I'm excited for today's episode. We are going to be talking about gaming, which I know a lot of people love doing, and we're talking about it with Endz Lim. So, Endz, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. I know you do some gaming and some streaming. So, can you first off just tell us a little bit about yourself and just about you and what you like to do?
My life verse is actually in Colossians 3:23. It
Hmm.
says there that whatever you do, do work it heartily as the Lord and not for men. And knowing that the Lord you will receive inheritance as reward, you are serving the Lord Jesus Christ. And I've been holding on to that verse ever since I became a Christian. So everything I do, whether I do music, I'll I'll find a way for to glorify the Lord, not people, and use that one as a ministry. So I've been to, kids. When we were young, we got to try to lots of different things, and uh, I try to have something that I can use that hobby or that thing that I want at that time, be it biking or walking the dog. I use it for the glory of the Lord. And it just happened during pandemic. We had like we can't go out, and I think the common thing that unites everyone that time was internet. And I was thinking, how do I connect to the youths using in the internet? And most of them are in YouTube. Most of them are playing games. So I wanted to delve into that. And me myself, I've been a gamer since birth. I've been playing games since I'm not sure if some of the viewers still know Atari
Yeah,
or
yeah, I
Family
remember that.
Computer. If you guys know those consoles, you're so OG. So I've been playing games since birth, like Super Mario and stuff, and until now I've been still playing the game. And also my wife also is a gamer, so
Oh,
it's one
great.
of our common things. And you can use from my years of growing up, I really can see that you can use anything at all that to glorify the Lord, because the Lord, him himself gave that talent or that thing invention in this world for you to use it. So I've been, yeah, streaming is my hobby right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been doing that one.
Yeah, so you picked it up during the pandemic when a lot of
Mhm.
people picked up new hobbies.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I think, got into gaming
Mhm.
during the pandemic. I think Among Us was one of the ones that like blew up during that time where people that really didn't game tried that one and then just were kind of getting into gaming for maybe the first time. So what was it like to kind of dip your toes in the streaming world during that time? You'd always gamed, but
Mhm.
this part of it was new to you, right?
Yes, very new. One part of streaming is like viewership. If you're new, no one's watching you but yourself or your wife or your family members or your friends. So it's like, how do I make the stream entertaining? What could I add to the stream to make it different from other streams? So
Mhm.
I've been thinking. Usually, I've been watching other streamers. Usually, they have intro of them, like short snippets of them gaming or such. What I did was my intro is a daily verse. So
Hmm.
every time I stream, there's a different verse every time, and then uh, once you go live, there's a notification like blah 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 Azure Penguin. My gamer tag was Azure Penguin. Is Azure Penguin, and then Azure Penguin is now live, and you can customize that one. So what I did was, instead of me going live, I will put there the Bible verse. So it's
Hmm.
like a pop up notification. Today's Bible verse is this one, and then I always start. and end the stream with a Bible verse.
Have you had anyone comment about those verses or say that it meant something to them or maybe ask questions about it?
Yeah, actually in Twitch, you have a redemption, like viewer redemption. So the more you stay in the stream, you get to redeem something.
Hmm.
So I put redemption codes like pray for me, um, Bible verse, ask me anything, something like that. It's just a few points, and I got someone who asked for her to for, who asked me to pray for her
Hmm.
since she's having a hard time. And I forgot the verse of that time, but I remember that verse spoke to her and she wanted to be prayed. So I was in the middle of a battle or something. I stopped the battle. I don't care if the like what was I playing? I think I was playing Genshin Impact or something. Like I was in a boss battle. Good thing that game I can pause. So I paused the game, and then I just prayed for her. And
Hmm.
true enough, after a few months, she joined our team because I'm part of a group called Soul Link. So it's
Hmm.
a online youth organization uh, which actually Ace is also part. And I'll tell you about that later. But she joined and also helped us uh, make a guild. We call small group sessions. We call it guild. So we try to gamify things,
Hmm.
change the name just to make it more easier to digest for the gamers.
I love that story. Aside from her, what are the different ways that like your audience interacts with you while you're gaming?
Oh, for one is the game that I always not always play, but most of the games that I play is multiplayer. So
Hmm.
the viewers get the chance to play with me. So not only that, uh, not only just the Bible verse, but also how I react to things, how how I react to what's happening in the game. Because I also play like RPG. I'm a variety streamer, so I play different kinds of games.
Yeah.
So they get to see how a Christian reacts to, let's say, someone killing someone. Why do they need to do that? One, what is my perspective? Or
Hmm.
like games like, if you've heard of Cyberpunk,
Yes.
yeah, there are like some questionable things there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which I didn't stream because of those. But if there's like a something in the game that sparks a questions, I try to engage the viewers. Oh, what if you were the person doing this one? Would you do this one?
Hmm.
Then I would tell them, if I were the one, I would have done this one. And like my I tell them my logic why I do things, but sometimes in the games we can't do anything because it's the story. It becomes like that. But I give them my perspective in the story, and then if there are things in the game that feels like this happened in the Bible, okay, someone got blind, soul, and then changed his name, something like that.
Yeah.
I try to bring up those scenarios because most of the time, when you start streaming, you don't have viewers, but
Hmm.
the how do you say this? The video that you created during live is still online. You will never know, someone might end up watching that stream for some reason, and then they could just heard about this story, and they could ask, where did this story come from? I can say, I came from the Bible, this verse, something
Hmm.
like that.
And it's also great to keep in mind. You said that when you first start streaming, you don't have viewers. Same is true for your
Mhm.
YouTube channel
Yeah.
and for your Instagram, for your Facebook, for anything social that you're going to do. When you first start off, you're not going to have an audience yet.
Mm-mm.
So it's important to just you stick with it, and then everything you create has a chance to make an impact. And even if it's just
Yes.
one person that it
Mhm.
impacts, then it's worth that time and it's worth
Yes.
doing that for sure. So I like your shirt. I see you're wearing an Indigitous
Yeah.
shirt. Um, And I heard from Ace, our mutual friend,
Mm-hmm.
there was actually a time where you were wearing, I don't know if it was that shirt or a different one, but you were wearing a shirt that sparked a conversation. Can you tell us about that?
I think it's this one. Actually, it's
What
this
was
one.
that one? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like one viewer. Actually, it's not. Is a Filipino viewer, but is from another country. He said, "Oh, I like that shirt. Where did that shirt come from?" I said, and that time Ace was also there in the stream. I was like, "Oh, Ace, maybe you can hook this guy up with this shirt." And it started a conversation with them, and I'm not sure if they're still talking, but we had a group chat, the three of us. Like,
Mm,
we're thinking, if he wants to buy the shirt, how can we uh, make that shirt uh, be in his hand? So, and then I don't know what happened to the conversation though, but uh, some things like that was like a funny moments during stream. Like, that's why I try to wear like Christian shirts every time. So I
mm,
have like one of my favorite shirt was like the spiritual stones, but
hmm.
it looks like the gauntlet of Thanos.
Oh, okay.
so so I try to have something secularly. It looks secular. I also have like the Batman shirt. I forgot the name. I forgot the whole word, but it's a Christian shirt, but it looks like Justice League signs, and
Okay.
then like only Jesus can save the world, something like that. So
That's cool.
it's like a something to talk about during
Hmm.
stream. That's why I have a camera and like make sure that the shirt can be seen.
I think it's an important part of a lot of times the hardest part of having a conversation, spiritual or otherwise, is just starting a conversation. So it's having something
True.
that can really spark that of just like, hey, what is on your shirt? Something that
Mhm.
simple you can really
Mhm.
use.
Yes.
Do you have any favorite stories, maybe of someone who you've interacted with while you're streaming, or maybe just interacted with about gaming that really stood out to you?
In streaming, there's called a raid. When you end your stream, like you pass all your viewers to another stream.
Hmm.
So what I did is I passed my viewers. Oh, okay. Type this one on chat, like verse of the day. Then I put the verse. God bless your stream. Then Azure Penguin raid, something like that. And then I actually stumbled upon an agnostic person.
Hmm. Okay.
And then when people are posting verses, it was like, oh, why are you posting these verses? I'm sorry, I'm agnostic. I have nothing against you.
Hmm.
Then and there, I saw the value of raiding because it's not just the streaming part, but also one thing about streamers is they are looking for a conversation with someone.
Yeah.
So another way you could do that is you being the viewer to that person and then talking to that person instead. So it's kind of not streaming, but also in the streaming way. It's what I teach, what we call the Streamers Guild. So how can you approach someone? So so go to the stream, learn about that person, and then you're the one sparking the conversation instead, because
Hmm.
that person has nowhere to go. He's there already. He's playing the game. Just
Yeah.
don't be so intrusive. So you could also use that one for sharing the gospel. And I have, I think, five people from the LGBT community that
Hmm.
I've become friends, not because they're LGBT, but I see them as uh, seeds that could grow,
Yeah.
and people potentially uh, being how do you say this, like uh, not open their eyes, but like yeah, open their eyes to the truth. which is the
Mm.
gospel, something like that. So I don't go to Christian stream, but I go to Christian streamers to encourage them to do what they're doing. But most of my ministry is going to non-Christians. I target
Mm.
them because it's the it's the sick that needs the doctor, not the healthy.
You mentioned the Streamers Guild that you have. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
No, Streamers Guild is part of the Soul Link group. So Soul
Yes.
Link is the group that we have mostly. The gist of the Soul Link is we gamify uh, discipleship.
Mm.
So we use because if we're Christians, we talk on salvation, we talk on small group. Non-Christian won't understand those, so
Right.
we try to change it. So we make the small group sessions to guild sessions, and we make the like daily verse. We add like quests. So if
Mm.
we need something in Soul Link, like we need someone to help us make a poster, so we this is not yet how do you say this? This is not yet implemented, but this is what we're planning to do
Yeah.
because the organization is still very new. We're
Mm.
around 2 years, and
Okay.
we're slowly growing, and people come and go. But our goal is to gamify not just discipleship but life itself.
Mm.
So we plan to put up billboards that have quests. We need people to help us go to this certain place and help us preach or share the gospel. So we'll put up those, and then they will have experience points, and then they once they level up or something, they could redeem something. So those are our big and hairy audacious goals,
Yeah.
like we're planning right now. And it's easier for the youths to be attracted to these things. So we are targeting the youths, and then we our bridge is hobbies. Since
Mm.
let's say for me, I'm the leader of the Streamers Guild. So what I do is I find streamers to join my guild, and this guild is designed for us helping each other in the streaming. Oh, you're live. Okay, I'll join your stream. I'll interact into your stream. If I'm live, you do that the same way. And then we meet every Sunday night. And if we have, let's say, someone needs help in his stream, some of the settings of OBS, we could help each other out. And then once you form the bond, then it's easier to talk to them in a life perspective, and then from then on, we nurture them as relationships first.
Mm.
Then they will see, hopefully, they will see God in through us, how we do things, and then that's the time we share the gospel. So we have these levels, like the seeker, which is not yet a believer. Then we have the linker, so linker, which is the cell group leaders,
Mm.
uh, where the leaders of the guilds. And then we have the we we're not yet keen on the last word, which is paramount or something like that. Is the like the leaders of the leaders. So we
Mm.
help prepare events for the group, and we all operate in Discord. So it's like an online community.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I love the way you guys are looking at innovative ways to do discipleship and to do life
Mhm.
to make to make evangelism and discipleship and just sharing your faith something that's a natural part of your life instead of like something you have to take a break from your regular life to go and to say,
Mm.
okay, now I'm going to do discipleship or evangelism. Like you're just working in a new. people's hobbies and things they like doing anyway. I think that's really
Yeah.
cool. So for anyone who is into gaming, maybe who's interested in streaming, do you have any advice or any tips for them?
For the first few weeks, don't expect someone to come. You need to go out there, advertise yourself, go to all social medias. Uh, don't look at the numbers because the numbers will just disappoint you.
Mhm.
Actually, even up till now, I only get like 5 to 6 viewers on a good day. On a bad day, it's just me watching myself, talking to myself. But yeah, don't forget that your video is up there in the internet. Someone will definitely stumble it. The the Holy Spirit will do His job. Will send. It's you plant the seed on
Mhm.
it's like planting the seed on the internet, and then God will be the one growing that one, and you'll never know. Someone would stumble upon you and brighten up their day. Actually, if you won't even know if someone watches it or something, but for sure, uh, if God puts you there, God will make a way. And uh, yeah, just keep on doing what you're doing. And the fun part is you're doing what you actually want. So just merge it with the gospel, and it will be easier for you to share.
Thank you so much for sharing and for joining and sharing a little bit of your journey and the things you're learning. Where can people follow your streams?
Oh, you can find me at twitch.tv Azure Penguin Gaming. That's Azure Penguin Penguin Gaming Gaming. That's one word. Both in YouTube also and in Facebook. So in Twitch, that's where I go live. In YouTube, that's where I put my recorded videos, and then
Mhm.
in Facebook, that's where I do my announcements and my like weekly. Uh, I have a weekly calendar,
Mhm.
like weekly schedule. I mean, that I put that which game I'm gonna play on specific day. I also put there my ministry where like I have in just like today I have a I don't stream today because I have meeting with Soul Link, and I have Sunday ministry wherein I help the online in Zoom.
Mhm.
So I also man the PowerPoint presentation during live. I also put it there, and the guild session I also advertise it there so that if anyone wants to join, just DM me in Azure Penguin Gaming, and we're happy to include you guys in the group.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. I look forward to seeing more of your streaming and seeing your channel grow and more people's lives be affected by that.
Thank you very much.